Hello everybody. In this video I'm going to talk about the chapter 2 of the global marketing, and this name is the global economy environment. This chapter is divided by 5 parts: the world economy, economic systems, stages of market development, balance of payments, and the trade in merchandising and services. In the first part, the chapter 2 introduced in the word economic. In this part say that in the Second World War they have a lot of change, profoundly changed the economy, because the most fundamental changes is in the emergence of the global markets responding to new opportunities, and global competitors have stability displays or against local competitors. The first change is the volume of capital movements. The second change is the relationship between productivity and employment. And in is in when use the GDP for the activity and divided in one equation that start with the spending, government products, and next exports. Based on partners of resources allocations and ownerships, the world's national economy can be categorized as market capitalism, centrally planned socialism, and market socialism. Market capitalism is an economic system in which individuals and firms allocate resources and production resources are prevailing owned. The centrally planned socialism is the opposite of the capitalism market, because in this type of the economic system the state has broad powers to reserve the public interest as it sees fit. And in the actually the countries have a lot towards to capitalism in many countries that had been centrally controlled, but in other countries of the world in terms of the economy is freedom. In the third part, the World Bank has developed a four categories classification system that uses for the capital gross national income (GNI) as a base. The countries can be categorized in low income, lower middle income, upper middle income, and high income. Gross domestic product (GDP) and gross national income (GNI) are commonly used measures of economies in the less developed countries. Low-income countries have a GNI per capita of 1,025 or less. The 50 poorest countries in the low-income category are sometimes referred to as least developed countries (LDCs). Upper median income countries with high growth rates are often called newly industrial economies, like NIIS, and several of the worst economies are notable for their fast growth, for example the BRICS. Also, it's so important to remember that the organizations that have the world, like the Group of 7 of G7, the Group G8, or, and the G20, and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development (OECD), represent efforts by the high-income nationals to promote democracy ideals and free market politics throughout the rest of the world. Japan and USA or Western Europe, you can say that as they have most of the world's incomes and is located in the name that say that triad. Other thing that you need to know is the product saturation, that is when the market potential for a product can be evaluated and determined levels in light of income levels. The balance of payments is a record of its economic transaction with the rest of the world. These have three types of four types for trades: these have the country can have a trade surplus, value of exports, excess value of imports, the trade deficit, value of imports, except the values of exports. The trade figures can further divide in merchandising trends and merchandising services. Customs. Our country can run as suppliers in both accounts, a deficit in both accounts, or a combination of the two. In international finance is so dynamic, and we can you have a devaluation or revaluation, and this depends on the price that have the countries in the central banks. The currency trying to buy international speculations can so lead to devaluation. Also, when the country's economic is so strong, it's so more easy for to revaluation the money, and that currency is more stronger than others in other countries.